Hey everyone, Rotanai Arnold from the new ABC for the New Worker TV. And today we have a topic that is about co-working spaces, but it's, we are going further with that, especially as we are thinking that emerging trends such as co-living and co-creation spaces are there now, But let's start with a quote that I read from an article from shareable.net this morning, where someone said, from my own experience, I spent a year co-working in a desk rental facility. When I left, I barely knew anyone by name except the guy at the front desk. So that's funny, but at the same time, that's, well, a bit sad, right? Because when you go to these co-working places, what you expect is to be, well, less lonely, but at the same time to co-create or learn something with people, there. What is your experience with co-working spaces or not?
Well, it's exactly as you describe. It's it is places where people are still the same individuals as they are working at home or from an office or whatever, and people are not communicating with each other. Yeah, they are, well, like yourself. There's most of them they sit with the earplugs in and probably listening to music. So that indicates I don't want to talk with somebody else. Yeah, so
that's it. I screen my earplugs. That's it.
Yeah, so it's like, please don't bother me. So
Same experience.
and I knew some. Well, I when I was still in Holland, I the guy, and he's actually working in such a place because at home he's got young children and there's a lot of noise and distraction. So that's why he's working in such a place. But that's it. But I think it's called co-working, but it is co-working. You're working next to each other. But the real need in today's market is that you really collaborate, is that you see how you can help and support each other. And even it doesn't mean that guys need to be on your business, whatever, but it's very helpful if you can use other people's perspectives. If you can just say, hey guy, I made a presentation. Can you have a look at it, whether it's clear or not clear, or what you understand, what you don't understand? So those things are really, at least that would, for me, be a big need, is like, talk with people out of other industries, with other experiences, with other backgrounds. That would be really, really beneficial. And I think it would be beneficial to anyone, but the current co-working spaces are not organized like that.
Absolutely. There are open spaces. You can go through boxes to, any other type of platforms, but then it's about, as you said, often bundling forces. So with what you just said, it can be through experience, backgrounds, but also skills. We are talking a lot about life skills, but also being a generalist. If you bundle different forces from that point of view, you can, be innovative too, because it's not just about being just your own field or using just your own skills. It's also, having this complementarity around that, right?
Yeah, and I think it's crucial because the success of your business, and doesn't matter whether you're a startup or a freelancer or whatever, is that you can clearly express what you do and the added value you have, and that other people will understand it. Because you need to stand out in the crowd, because there's so many people out there. So I have to be very, very clear how I can help you. So what better way if I'm in an environment with different people and I can test that, I can check that.
Absolutely. So do you think that those co-living and co-creation spaces can be also digital and physical?
Well, obviously the co-creation that is really what we are doing and what we want to do, and I can sense that there are more and more people interested in that, in really creating things together rather than having this hierarchical model. Let's say one person does something and then the other one reacts, but no, at the same time create together. Well, you can do that in person and digitally. That's what we have proven. That's what we have done, and that's, I think, is even pretty easy. And also at the same time, It's fun, yeah, because if you work with guys in Mexico and you're in France and I'm in Hungary and someone else is in Vietnam, it's fun, yeah. It's really interesting
that's
to
what we
get
are doing.
with different perspectives, different backgrounds, different stuff. So co-creation, I think, is really, really needed in today's marketplace. At the same time, it's very, very digital. But what you see now, it's popping up everywhere. In well, not only in the US, in New York, whatever. You get co-living apartments where people or digital nomads where they get together, where you have a room together. Yeah, you eat, well, where you can eat, where you can sleep, where you can work, and whatever. I recently get an offer for things starting up here in Barcelona, Berlin, Amsterdam. So it's happening everywhere where people want to be in room with like-minded people, and people. Yeah, well, as we know, most people are just a one-man band. Yeah, the less and less people getting married, or even if they are married, a lot of people get divorced. So many people are still alone. So by sharing these things, it makes sense, because it's well, it's expensive just to have one apartment by yourself. And what fun would it be to work for 1 month in Barcelona, and then 1 month in Amsterdam, and then 1 month in Berlin, whatever. I think that's big fun. Yeah, and you're always around like-minded people. Doesn't mean that you have to like each person, but it's same that trying to do the same thing, then you can learn from those people. So I think those co-living things it's really growing quite rapidly, and so I really see a future for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about being together, as you just said, and the energy. That's it. You can feel that also online, but face-to-face, it also makes a huge difference. And while people are happier, they are doing greater things too. That's it. And of course, they will go on online again for doing that too, because we're using digital tools for co-creating and innovating, simple as that. So that was it for that episode of the New Worker TV. Stay tuned for another one in 2 days on Friday, and have a great day all. Bye-bye.
Bye.